Warning, this podcast contains spoilers. What's up, everyone, and welcome to the Pretty Little Liars What's Coming in Season 5 podcast. It's basically the best explanation, right? That's a good one.
Yeah.
I'm your host, Dom. With me, I have my co-host, Omikins.
What's up?
What's up? How goes it?
Pretty good.
Pretty good, pretty good. So, if you guys are following our Pretty Little Liars season finale podcast, I left you on a big cliffhanger. I apologize, but it had to be done.
You're not sorry. It's hashtag sorry, not sorry.
Hashtag sorry, not sorry. You're right. I'm really not sorry at all. Okay, so, at the end of our Pretty Little Liars finale, I mentioned that who could possibly be Allison's killer, and the actress who plays Allison has stated she does not have a twin like the books do, right? But she said another character very well might have a twin. She didn't say who. This was said midway through last season, right? So it was well before this episode had even aired, this final episode. So that got me thinking, if Allison doesn't have one, Jason!
But
If Jason's got a twin, that answers all the questions. That answers who could possibly have been A on the roof. We just got through saying he's got a very similar build to Jason, but Jason wouldn't make sense. Mrs. DeLaurentis protecting one of her children. Jason's twin. Like, it just makes so much sense.
I mean, the whole, because I know from the books that the twin is actually, in an insane asylum or something. She's being,
Right.
white jacket kind of thing, and it makes sense that Jason's twin would get out, and that's why Mrs. DeLaurentis was on the phone and was like, you ain't going anywhere tonight. Your big
Exactly.
brother's going to come kill you. You don't know him, but he's going to get you.
Exactly. Something could have happened when they were younger. Something could have happened between Allison and Jason's twin. Allison's mother and Jason's twin, where the twin wants revenge for some reason. And
Right.
if this twin was kept a secret, then if the blame would be put on Jason, so she kept it a secret. Like, she did all of it to protect everybody. Makes the most sense to me. But, I don't know. We will definitely see for sure this season. We got a lot of interesting news for this season, though. The first episode of this season is basically finale part 2. So it's going to be just as intense as the finale, they said. Where episode 2 is going to feel more like the season premiere.
Okay.
So, basically what I get out of that is episode 1 is going to be action-packed, it's going to be intense, it's going to end on a super big cliffhanger, and then season 2 is going to be the laid-back story kind of lull that you come to expect out of season premieres. Because, I don't know, the season premieres always seem very lackluster to me. You've been waiting all this time for this big episode, and then they give you just a little bit and just a lot of story explaining why everything happened in the episode 4 months ago, where I'd be excited if they did it this way.
That works for every show other than Game of Thrones.
Right.
Let's just put that out there.
Right. Almost every show then.
Almost every show.
So, other news, Allison is back full-time. She's going to be part of the main cast. She's going to be in Rosewood. She's going to be interacting. She's going to be going to school. She's back full-time. So, how do you think people are going to react to that?
Well, of course the town's going to be losing their fucking minds. Apart from the town, I mean, I don't know how I feel about that. If Allison has genuinely changed, and she's not such an arrogant asshole that I want to punch in the face, I might be okay with it. But as far as her character that I've seen and that we've seen through flashbacks, I'm like, I don't want to see her full time. I will stop watching if I see her full time and she's like that. I can't stand her.
So, do you think she's gonna take her leadership role back from the girls immediately, or do you think she's just gonna be part of the group again?
I think she was never just part of the group. She was the leader.
I realized that after I said again that word. Just omit that right off the end.
Omit.
Part of the group. Period.
Part of the group. I mean, if she's changed enough, yes, I can see that happening. Because the girls never really took a leadership role. They bounce around saying, "Well, let's do this," and one person says to do this one week, and it kind of goes like round table. They take turns, and if Allison is part of that, I think it's going to be easier to take, for me, anyways. Like, I can understand that. If she decides to step up and, be like, bitch, you're doing this and you're doing this and you're doing, I'm going to be like, oh no. Oh no, no, girl. No, not going to happen.
Yeah. Then we have some news of a new cast member being added. We have Chloe Bridges is going to be cast as this character, Sydney. She's going to be playing a swimmer on the new Rosewood High School team or whatever. She played Donna in the Carrie Diaries.
Yeah.
The was a prequel to Sex and the City.
Yes.
And rumor has it, since she's on the swim team and everything, that she very well may be playing Emily's new love interest. So I think you'd be happy to hear that Emily and Paige seem like they're no more if a new love interest is coming in.
Yeah. I'm happy Paige is kind of gone. I mean, she might still be around the same way that Lucas is still around. They mention her, but I don't know. I get the same feeling when I see Chloe. That's her name, right?
Yes.
That's her actress name?
Chloe's her actress name. Sydney is her character's name.
Okay.
Sydney Driscoll is the full character.
I'm kind of on the back. Like, I don't know. Emily just seems to have this weird taste in partners. And I'm not too fond of Sydney.
I think of Sidney Prescott instantly from, what is it, the Scream quadrilogy?
Well, yeah, I mean, Chloe, she's kind of like a Neve Campbell / Angelina Jolie lips kind of cross.
Yeah,
she's
huge
kind of
collagen lips.
She's kind of like a combination of the two. And, I mean, I don't have anything wrong with those actresses. It's just the combination I don't know. It's kind of like the same way how when Mike looks at Spencer and he's like, I don't like her face. I kind of have the same feeling for Chloe, even though she's probably a really nice girl.
Right, and there's a picture of her right there.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. She seems like she fits the cast well.
Yeah, I mean, she totally looks like she fits the part, definitely. And she is younger than all the other actresses, isn't she?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe she's 22.
Okay.
Where I think the youngest of the cast is 24 or 26. I think it's 24. I think it's Emily is actually 24. I think she's the youngest. Or is it Arya? Arya might be the youngest.
Might be Arya.
Yeah, I think it's Arya, actually. I know Spencer is the oldest.
Yeah.
So.
Just like pushing 30 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She is. Returning characters. We'd be interested to know Mr. De Laurentiis will be coming back.
Okay.
Which makes a whole lot of sense, because with Mrs. De Laurentiis 6 feet under right now, whether or not she's dead or what, we don't know for sure. But with her gone and Allison coming back full time, she's going to need some kind of legal guardian around to look after her. So, yeah. I think it was, this season? The beginning of this season? That it's kind of implied he's living outside of Rosewood, but he has an apartment in town, I believe. And that him and Mrs. D were getting a divorce.
Yeah.
I believe that's all the last we've heard of him. So, yeah, it'd be good to see some more of this character. How long do you think he's going to stay around? Do you think he's going to be prominent in the season, or do you think he's just going to be here for a little bit?
I honestly don't know. I mean, depending on how we find out how Mrs. De Laurentiis is doing, he might be a permanent cast until Allison decides that she doesn't want to put up with him anymore. She just seems like she doesn't give a shit. She's been on her own for how long now? Having someone dictate her every move like a parent would probably kind of cramp her style.
Yes, definitely, definitely. You had mentioned Lucas, who will be returning.
I'm
He
excited for that.
he
I
really
like
hasn't.
Lucas.
Yeah, he hasn't left Rosewood at all. He's been homeschooled since mid through last season or whatever. So it's pretty much been a season and a half that we haven't seen him. But apparently he wants to get more of a social life and stay out of the homeschooling. So maybe he's finally over everything that happened. Yeah, he'll be a great addition. And then we can kind of assume that Noel is going to be back, right?
Yeah.
Just the role he played in the finale. Melissa, I believe we could assume Melissa is also going to be back. But I don't know. Noel seems like a much more interesting character this time around than he was at the beginning, just because I think the fact that we've had so much time away from him to see what he's been up to and see where that all plays out into everything.
Right.
Yeah, and I don't know, maybe Noel will be around to help reintegrate Allison back into the world and the Rosewood and all that. Melissa, I don't know. I'm not so excited about Melissa. I'm pretty sure that actress has not missed a season finale yet. She always disappears and then comes back for the finale. So
yeah.
I shouldn't have actually been as surprised as I was when she walked through the door. But yeah. The biggest of news, and I think we spoke about this 2 or 3 podcasts ago, is Caleb will be returning.
I'm glad.
Yes, Caleb.
I'm sick of Hannah slutting around.
Yeah.
I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
I'm done.
We don't know for sure that Caleb coming back is going to instantly pair him with Hannah, though. We don't know that for sure.
I know.
Because things really weren't left under the best terms when she visited him in Ravenswood. But since Ravenswood has in fact been canceled, and the story was kind of left up in the air, it wasn't really finished off. They did give confirmation at Pallyfest that they will be answering and tying that up in some fashion on Pretty Little Liars, so we will get closure to that. So if you have not watched Ravenswood, like most of you have not, try to do it within the next 2 months before it ends, so when they do explain it, you're not completely left in the dark. First few episodes, force your way through them. The last few, I think it was like 4 episodes or 6 episodes or something, were actually pretty good. But I know the first 4 before they went on break in November, and didn't come back until like January or February, they were really bad. And it really took a lot to get through those. So, yeah. But he will be returning in the 5th episode this season, which is their 100th episode.
Ooh.
And said, also in the 100th episode, Marlene King, she's the series creator, basically. She said that one of the big mysteries that they've had for a long time on the show will be revealed in that episode. So I don't know what mystery they could possibly answer that we haven't gotten already off of the season finale, but there are definitely some. There are some left, but I don't know.
Like Jose.
Yeah.
That's one of the biggest mysteries.
Yeah, that's probably not going to be answered.
No, but still.
This is kind of sad news for me. There will be a holiday special again this year. However, it's not going to be a Halloween one.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that either.
It's going to be a Christmas one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It just doesn't feel right. I like the Halloween episodes. It's not often you actually see shows do Halloween episodes now. I mean, it's all Christmas.
Yeah.
I mean, Christmas, there's, if I want to sit down and watch Christmas shows and be all festive and stuff, I have a million other shows and movies. But Halloween is actually kind of, limited. It's kind of limited. I mean, you can watch all the horror movies you want, but they're not really Halloween-y.
Yeah, I don't know. I have mixed feelings on this. Like, I'm disappointed because the Halloween ones were some of my favorite episodes.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it'll be a little refreshing to get something different.
That's true. Yes, that's very true.
And rumor has it that this is not going to be a 22-episode season like all the previous ones have been. This is supposed to be a 25-episode season.
Wow. Okay. So more story for us. Got it.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that part of this is going to help bridge the winter gap a little bit. So usually we have like 4-month winter break, you know, when they go on break from like November to February or March or something like that. So I'm thinking the extra 3 episodes are going to help tie in that gap a little bit. And I think that was the point of the Christmas episode as well.
Did you take my shark cat?
Yes, I did.
You stole my shark cat.
I did.
Oh, wait a second. That's so cute. Oh, kitties.
Anyway. So yeah, Pretty Little Liars comes back June 10th.
June 10th, okay.
So, 2 months from yesterday.
Hey, okay.
Yeah. Dun dun dun. So, what kind of expectations do you have for this season?
Oh, I just hope there's a lot less Paige.
I think we're both in agreement on that.
Yes. No, I don't know. Like I said, as the season went on, I got more and more annoyed with the drama that was going on, and you know, the high school aspect of it. It was just, it seemed like it's a little bit too much of. I just don't like that. I've never liked that, even when I was a teenager myself. If shit like that was going down, I was like, oh, there's a video game. I'm gonna go play that. I'll see you later.
Yeah, they have to graduate at some point, right?
That's true.
They can't stay in high school forever. But the problem is, once they move to college, trouble's not gonna stop. The drama's not gonna stop. This will follow them wherever they go.
But if they go like all over the country, it's gonna be kind of hard for A to torture all of them.
Would it? A's capable of a lot.
A's more than one person. Like I've said,
Probably.
a lot.
But it's not Ezra.
I don't know yet. They're actually leaving that open for me. I see them as trying to close it, whereas where they're trying to close it so that people watching don't suspect him anymore. And I kind of see that as shifty, kind of fishy. So I'm undecided whether
You're just fishing yourself.
Fishing? I don't have.
Just keep swimming.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that about wraps things up.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I'm very curious now to see if my theory pans out with Jason's twin. And
that's a really interesting theory.
It is.
I actually really like that theory. It makes sense.
It makes so much sense.
I don't know. I could see a guy being more psycho and killing his, sister than a sister killing her twin sister.
Yeah. Yeah, twin killing his sister. I could totally see that, and it makes so much more sense. And then killing his mother, and we're assuming Mrs. D's dead, but that's not to say she is, because we thought Allison was dead.
Exactly.
I didn't think she was dead, but some people did.
I didn't know, but I didn't care. I was like, oh, well, they're getting tortured. That was the point. I mean, yeah, sure, she was dead. I mean, I'm sorry. And she was dead. I mean, if for people who thought she really was it, yeah, okay, I'm sorry. But to me, all that mattered was that they were getting the torturous and harassment texts and dolls and notes and all those things. That was the interesting part. The interesting part was not because their friend was dead. It was because they were being tortured.
Indeed. Omikins, where can the people find you?
They can find me at Twitter at LadyVenom24, LadyVenom24.
You could find me down below at Phenomenon, Phenomedom.
Do.
And you can find us all on tvcaptive.com as well as ASOTV Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, G+, and right here on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe, follow, like, all that fun stuff. Give us some feedback, comments, stuff you'd like to see, what forms of content. If you like this kind of show that we did here, which is like a little short, separate wrap-up show that's not tied to any specific episode, any movies, anything like that that you guys are interested in us to cover. Just anything, in general. We'll see what we can do. Till then, see you guys later. My washing machine was totally making noise in the background there the whole time.